The news everyone had been waiting for finally has a date. The much talked about Tesla Model 2 will hit the streets in June 2025. After years of rumors, promises, and expectations, Elon Musk has made it official and made it clear that this time, it's not just talk. The project has gained a life of its own within Tesla, with an audacious goal to create a truly affordable electric car made for everyone, not just for those with deep pockets. And to make things even more interesting, production will take place on American soil, a smart move to escape the heavy import tariffs that trouble so many other electric models. What makes it even more exciting is realizing that this time, Tesla isn't just betting on technological innovation. It's aiming straight at the heart of the middle class, determined to finally democratize access to electric vehicles. Those who follow the market already know how much a competitive price can change everything, and the Model 2 promises to cost under $30,000, a figure that, for Tesla, sounds like music to the ears. The idea of seeing ordinary families finally getting the chance to buy a brand new Tesla without relying on used cars or financial gymnastics is, at the very least, thrilling. What's even more curious is that behind this strategic decision, there's a silent battle unfolding. While many manufacturers are still trying to find a balance between cost, efficiency, and profit, Tesla decided to speed up and take a leap of faith. And honestly, coming from a company that has already transformed the automotive world once, it would be unwise to doubt it. The Model 2 emerges as a promise that Tesla doesn't intend to innovate just for the few, but to revolutionize for the many. And when Elon Musk puts a date on the calendar, you can feel that the game is getting serious. Beyond the attractive price, another point that makes eyes sparkle is the fact that the Model 2 has been designed from the start to be practical, compact, and tailored for modern city life. No unnecessary luxury or exaggerated performance. The proposal here is pure efficiency, with that futuristic technological touch Tesla knows so well. Imagining a Tesla electric car roaming the streets at an affordable price stirs excitement, not only among brand fans, but also across the entire electric vehicle market, which will have to reinvent itself to keep up with this bold move. Some say launching such a car at this price and with this proposition is too risky, that Tesla might dilute its premium brand or get tangled up in production problems. But honestly, it seems more like the company is doing what it always has, seeing beyond the curve. The Model 2 could very well be the model that elevates Tesla to another level, no longer just as an aspirational brand, but as a mass-market solution for the global energy transition. A popular Tesla always seemed like a distant dream until now. And there's another detail that can't be ignored: the timing. With increasing pressure for cheaper alternatives to combustion cars and a flood of new electric brands arriving from China and Korea, the Model 2 is arriving at just the right moment. It's as if Tesla waited for the market to mature before making its boldest move. And let's be honest, no one moves the chessboard like Elon Musk. Every announcement, every leaked detail, every promise fulfilled fuels even more anticipation. And truth be told, creating anticipation is an art Musk masters like few others. What makes this whole story even more fascinating is the math involved. Although the official announced price for the Tesla Model 2 is under $30,000, there's a small detail that can make all the difference: the federal tax credit for electric vehicles in the United States. Thanks to this $7,500 incentive, the effective price of the Model 2 could drop to an impressive $22,500. That's right, a brand new Tesla with all the brand's technology and innovation for less than many people pay today for a popular combustion car. The idea of imagining a Tesla costing the same as a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla feels almost surreal. For many, it was a distant reality reserved only for the wealthy. Now, it seems the game has finally changed, and the impact of that goes far beyond immediate savings. We're talking about real access to clean, cutting-edge technology for millions of people. A Tesla at that price isn't just a good deal. It's a true invitation to be part of the electric revolution. But the savings don't stop at the purchase price. Anyone who keeps an eye on daily expenses will be even more surprised. On average, an American spends more than $2,000 per year on gasoline. With the Model 2, using average U.S. electricity rates, the annual cost to keep the car charged should be around just $500. In other words, just in fuel savings alone, there would be at least $1,500 saved every year, not to mention the psychological relief of no longer depending on unpredictable gas station prices. And speaking of savings, there's still the hidden bonus: maintenance. Electric cars, and especially Teslas, virtually eliminate the need for frequent workshop visits. No oil changes, no exhaust systems to worry about, and far fewer moving parts that typically break down. Plus, Tesla's remote diagnostic system can detect and fix issues before the driver even notices. For those who are tired of expensive, unexpected repairs, this is as good as receiving a surprise year-end bonus. An interesting curiosity is that if you put all these savings on paper, lower initial price, dramatically lower energy costs, and almost non-existent maintenance, the real cost of owning a Model 2 could be lower than that of any popular gas-powered car. And all without giving up the comfort, safety, or cutting-edge technology Tesla offers. It's like trading a rusty old bicycle for a brand new superbike while paying almost the same at the end of the month. Of course, like everything in life, it's good to keep your feet on the ground. Not all U.S. states have the same additional incentives beyond the federal credit, so the final price may vary slightly depending on where you live. But even so, the math remains very favorable for anyone dreaming of switching to electric without blowing up their family budget. The promise is a Tesla for the people, and all indications are that the numbers back up that promise. Tesla doesn't seem content with simply selling the Model 2 the traditional way. The brand is about to change the game again, this time reinventing the concept of car ownership. Instead of just buying a Tesla and taking it home, customers will be able to choose new paths like flexible subscriptions and micro-rentals. Yes, that's right. The idea is that having a Tesla could be as easy as subscribing to a streaming service, adapting the car to one's needs, whether for a month, a week, or even just a few days. This strategy is much more than just a commercial move. It responds to a real shift in consumer behavior. More and more people, especially younger generations, prefer access over ownership. They want the freedom to use without the burden of long-term commitments. Imagine being able to have a Model 2 for a holiday trip, a temporary work project, or simply to test the electric lifestyle without locking yourself into a long contract. It's a flexibility that speaks directly to the fast-moving modern way of life. Moreover, this approach could open doors for those who previously thought a Tesla was unattainable. Instead of going into debt to buy one, many will be able to pay a monthly subscription proportional to their actual use. This democratizes access even further by eliminating the heavy upfront financing burden and reducing the headaches associated with resale, depreciation, and long-term maintenance. For many, it will be like taking a ride into the future, only now with costs under control. And here comes a personal opinion that's hard to hold back. The idea of turning cars into services is simply brilliant. Instead of being tied to a model that might age poorly or lose value quickly, consumers gain freedom. The freedom to switch models, sizes, and technologies as life changes. It's the kind of solution that seems to have come straight out of a science fiction movie, but looks set to become a reality with the Model 2 before we even have time to fully digest it. Another interesting point is that this flexibility also helps solve a silent concern many people have: the fear that an electric car might not handle everything. Those living in small towns, those who travel often, or those uncertain about range can try the Model 2 for short periods without risk, without feeling trapped by an irreversible decision. This could be the final push many people need to finally embrace electric mobility. When people hear about an affordable car, many automatically think of something basic, emotionless, almost boring. But the Tesla Model 2 arrives to break that idea wide open. The technical specifications revealed show that despite the lower price, the Model 2 is packed with features that leave many competitors far behind. And it's no exaggeration. We're talking about 2 battery pack options right from the start. A 54 kilowatt-hour version offering up to 300 miles of range, and an extended 75 kilowatt-hour version capable of reaching 350 miles. For a car in this price range, that's simply revolutionary. What's most interesting is that Elon Musk seems determined to prove that affordable doesn't have to mean limited. These range numbers put the Model 2 side by side, and in many cases ahead of much more expensive, traditional electric models. While many are still struggling to balance cost and range, Tesla shows up with the solution ready and a grin on its face. For those tired of hearing that EVs are great but only for city use, the Model 2 arrives as a slap to those outdated limitations. And if the range is impressive, wait until you hear about the acceleration. The Model 2 promises 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.2 seconds. To put that into perspective, this time beats the legendary Volkswagen Golf GTI, one of the world's icons in high-performance hatchbacks. A car that will cost around $22,500 delivering this level of performance. It sounds like something out of a video game, but it's real. Tesla wants the Model 2 to not only be economical, but also fun, exciting, something that puts a smile on your face even during the most ordinary drives. Moreover, the secret to this agility lies in the next-generation battery packs the Model 2 is set to adopt. At launch, the car will use lithium iron phosphate, LFP, battery packs, famous for their durability and lower cost. But there are strong rumors that soon it could integrate Tesla's famous 4,680 cells. These cells are practically a revolution in themselves, delivering 5 times the energy and 6 times the power of previous generations while making the car's structure lighter and stronger. It's like giving the vehicle's architecture a dose of super strength. Another exciting innovation is the adoption of a new internal 48-volt electrical system, replacing the traditional 12-volt systems used by most cars today. It might sound like a small technical detail, but it changes a lot. It reduces wiring complexity, decreases energy loss, and increases overall system efficiency, from air conditioning to fast charging. In the end, this means more range, less weight, and longer component life. A small adjustment that generates a huge impact on user experience. When you look at the Tesla Model 2 for the first time, it feels like it was designed for the real world, not just for an auto show. It's about 15% smaller than the Model 3, with compact proportions perfect for urban life, but without looking timid or insignificant. Every curve, every line seems crafted to balance aerodynamic efficiency with daily practicality. No exaggerations, no unnecessary flourishes. It's as if Tesla has refined its minimalist philosophy down to the pure essence of an urban electric car. The exterior design has a subtle elegance, almost like a person who doesn't need to show off to draw attention. No fake grills, no exaggerated creases, no decorative gimmicks. Everything serves a purpose. The result is a hatchback that looks clean, sturdy, and modern, fitting easily into narrow streets, crowded parking lots, and chaotic city traffic. And yet, It maintains that aura of advanced technology that immediately screams, "This is a Tesla." Opening the door and stepping into the Model 2, the first thing that catches your eye is the simplicity of the interior. Instead of a dashboard overloaded with buttons, flashing lights, and confusing menus, the cabin is dominated by a single 12-inch floating touchscreen in the center. This screen is the soul of the cabin, but in a way that doesn't overwhelm, doesn't tire, doesn't distract. It's there to help, to inform, not to compete for your attention while driving. And honestly, it's refreshing to see a modern car that understands that sometimes less really is more. Behind this simplicity, the Model 2 brings an important update to its operating system. No cluttered software filled with useless features or apps no one ever opens. What Tesla promises for the Model 2 is a clean, fast, and stable system focused on navigation, truly efficient voice commands, and an intuitive media interface. No games, no TikTok, no unnecessary distractions while driving. The experience is direct and to the point. You start the car, find everything you need easily, and hit the road without wasting time deciphering the dashboard. And for those who have already been annoyed by software updates that seem to complicate more than improve, good news. Tesla has listened to the criticism. With the Model 2, the promises for smarter updates focus solely on improving stability, safety, and performance. No random visual overhauls. No feeling like you're learning to drive a new car every time an update rolls out. It's the kind of evolution that makes the car more reliable without turning the driver into a beta tester. While many manufacturers are still trying to perfect their traditional assembly lines, Tesla has decided to change the game again with the Model 2. The innovation is called the Unboxed process, a new manufacturing concept that promises to drastically reduce the time and cost of car production. Instead of building the vehicle piece by piece along a long sequential line, as has been done for over a century in the automotive industry, the Model 2 will be assembled in separate modules, front, rear, and cabin, and then joined together in a final stage. It sounds simple, but it's a silent revolution that could mean the difference between winning or losing the affordable EV war. This radical change brings a series of advantages that, when you look closely, make perfect sense. Assembling modules separately allows multiple parts of the car to be worked on simultaneously, dramatically shortening the production cycle. Instead of taking hours or days to build a car step by step, large blocks are prepared at the same time and then integrated quickly and precisely. For anyone familiar with manufacturing, it's like moving from an old sewing line to a modern 3D printer. The direct impact of this is a massive reduction in the space needed inside the factory. Less floor space occupied, fewer internal parts movements, fewer robots and workers bumping into each other along the way. As a consequence, operating costs are slashed. It's estimated that this new line could reduce the number of required parts by up to 40%, while also significantly cutting down the number of labor hours per car produced. If this isn't a modern industrial revolution, honestly, I don't know what is. And there's more. By simplifying the assembly process, Tesla also reduces the chances of human error or integration failures between components. Fewer steps mean fewer problems. And with each module being built more independently, it's easier to implement improvements or correct minor manufacturing defect before the car is fully assembled. It's modular engineering applied to mass production, an idea that, when you think about it, seems obvious, but no one had dared to do at scale until now. Another curious detail is that this new approach could also accelerate innovation. Since the modules are relatively independent, Tesla can update them separately over time without having to reinvent the whole car. If they discover a new lighter material for the rear, for example, it's just a matter of updating that specific module. This creates a flexibility that could give Tesla a major advantage in a market where the ability to adapt quickly is worth its weight in gold. It's like playing a game of chess where you can change the pieces mid-match. The arrival of the Model 2 marks not just a new chapter for Tesla, but the beginning of a true battle for affordability in the electric vehicle world. And the landscape couldn't be more challenging. Brands like BYD in China and Hyundai in South Korea are advancing at full speed, bringing increasingly cheaper, modern, and attractive electric cars to market. The difference is that, while many of these brands focus on volume and low cost, Tesla wants to offer competitive pricing without sacrificing the technology and premium experience that built its reputation. What makes this battle so interesting is that now it's no longer about who has the fastest or most luxurious car, but who can offer the best combination of price, performance, quality, and innovation. And in this new battleground, the Model 2 is Tesla's boldest bet. It's no exaggeration to say that the company's leadership in the popular EV market depends directly on the success of this model. Elon Musk knows it, and he's playing all the cards he has to win. Meanwhile, the competitors are not standing still. BYD, for example, has already launched models costing less than $20,000 in Asian markets and continues to expand its international presence. Hyundai, with its Ioniq 5 and other projects underway, is also making significant gains in the United States and Europe. In this scenario, Tesla benefits from its strong brand, its supercharger network, and the trust many consumers already place in it. But for the first time in a long while, it also faces real price competition. Another important detail is the emotional factor the Model 2 can provoke. The idea of a Tesla for everyone carries enormous symbolic weight. A reliable, beautiful, technologically advanced, and affordable electric car doesn't just attract new customers. It redefines what's possible for the entire market. If it succeeds, the Model 2 could do for electric vehicles what the Ford Model T did for automobiles in the early 20th century. Turn an elitist product into something truly popular. But it's important to be realistic. The challenge is huge. The market has changed a lot since Tesla launched its first models. Today's consumer is more demanding, more informed, and has many more options on the shelf. Launching an affordable car is important, but delivering superior quality, reliability, and user experience is what will separate the winners from the losers. And Tesla seems to understand that better than anyone. The Model 2 cannot simply be cheap. It needs to be desirable.